Cruising is one of the most relaxing and exciting ways to travel, an all-in-one vacation that combines luxury, exploration, and convenience. But while you may think your stateroom is just like a hotel room at sea, that's not exactly true. Your cruise cabin is part of a complex floating city with unique rules, safety protocols, and shared resources that make certain habits, whether innocent or careless, a much bigger deal than they'd be on land. Some behaviors, like ignoring fire safety rules or flushing the wrong items, can have serious consequences. Others might simply annoy your neighbors or result in surprise charges on your bill. The truth is, many of these cabin don'ts come from real incidents that cruise lines have had to manage repeatedly. Cruise ships, especially those operated by major lines like Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, and Celebrity, are governed by strict maritime safety codes. And with more than 31.5 million passengers projected to cruise in 2024 according to CLIA, Cruise Lines International Association, it's more important than ever that every traveler does their part to respect their cabin, their neighbors, and the ship. Having been on many cruises myself, I've witnessed firsthand what happens when people ignore the basics, and it's not pretty. So whether you're a first-time cruiser or a platinum-level loyalty member, here are 20 things you should absolutely avoid doing in your cruise cabin and what to do instead. Don't smoke in your cabin. It might seem obvious, but smoking in your stateroom is one of the most serious violations you can make on a cruise ship. Cruise ships are essentially enclosed environments with complex ventilation systems and thousands of guests on board, meaning even a small fire can escalate quickly. The U.S. Coast Guard and IMO, International Maritime Organization, treat cruise ship fire risks with extreme caution. That's why nearly every major cruise line, including Carnival, Royal Caribbean, MSC, and Norwegian, strictly prohibits smoking in cabins. That includes traditional cigarettes, cigars, and yes, even e-cigarettes and vapes. These devices can trigger ultra-sensitive smoke detectors, and if you're caught, expect hefty fines, usually around $250 to $500. In extreme cases, passengers have been disembarked mid-cruise. Play it safe. Use only the designated smoking areas on deck. Don't smoke on the balcony. Think stepping outside makes it okay. Think again. Most North American cruise lines also ban smoking on balconies. The reason? Safety and passenger comfort. There have been real cases of smoldering cigarette butts being blown off one balcony and landing on another, even setting fire to furniture or towels. One of the most widely reported incidents occurred in 2006 on the Star Princess, when a balcony fire, allegedly started by a cigarette, damaged 150 cabins and resulted in one death and multiple injuries. Since then, policies have only gotten stricter. European lines like Costa Cruises or some regional river cruises may be more relaxed, but always check the policy before you light up. It's just not worth the risk. Don't use candles or incense. Open flames are a massive no-no at sea. You might love creating ambiance with a scented candle or burning incense at home, but bringing them on a cruise ship is a violation of maritime safety rules. The fire suppression systems on cruise ships are designed to respond quickly and aggressively to even the faintest sign of fire or smoke. If a candle were to tip over or trigger an alarm, it could set off a cascade of emergency responses, none of which make for a relaxing vacation. Instead, bring a battery-operated aromatherapy diffuser or solid air freshener if you want to personalize your cabin's scent. Safer for everyone, and you'll still get the spa-like vibe. Don't assume the minibar is included. Here's a classic first-timer mistake: assuming that water, soda, or snacks in your room's minibar are part of your drink package. They're not. Even if you have the deluxe beverage package or equivalent, minibar items are almost always excluded. That means grabbing a soda or chocolate bar from your in-room fridge can show up on your account as a $6 to $8 charge per item. If you don't want the temptation, ask your cabin steward to empty the minibar at the start of your trip. That way, there's no confusion and no surprises when you review your final bill. Don't take the robes or towels home, and it happens more than you think. Guests fall in love with the plush robe or branded pool towels and assume they're a parting gift. Unless your cruise line explicitly says so. Some luxury lines like Silversea or Viking may give you a complimentary tote bag or slippers. Those items are the ship's property. Take one home and you'll likely find a charge on your bill, often $50 or more. The same goes for binoculars provided in Alaska or Norwegian fjord sailings. They're for use, not keepsakes. Want a souvenir? Visit the gift shop instead. Don't remove the gratuities. Cruise gratuities are a hot topic, but here's the reality. Your cabin steward, dining staff, and behind-the-scenes crew rely on those tips. Most cruise lines distribute gratuities among staff members based on their roles and guest feedback. Removing them not only impacts morale, but it hits hard-working crew members financially. In 2024, daily gratuities range from $16 to $20 per person, depending on the line and stateroom type. If you experience an issue, talk to guest services. But if service is good, consider leaving them in place or tipping extra in cash. It goes a long way. Don't bring irons or steamers. Worried about wrinkled clothes? Don't pack an iron or steamer. They're banned for a reason. These items pose a fire risk, and your luggage could be flagged or delayed if they're detected during X-ray screening. Instead, use wrinkle release spray or pack strategically with garment folders or rolling methods. Some ships offer self-serve laundry rooms with irons, like Disney Cruise Line and select Carnival ships, or you can pay for pressing service. Better safe than scorched. Don't hang clothes on the sprinkler. This one might sound silly, but it happens more than it should. Hanging clothes or wet swimsuits on your cabin's ceiling sprinkler is a disaster waiting to happen. If the sprinkler is accidentally triggered, it could flood not only your room, but several surrounding cabins. In 2019, one sprinkler triggering incident on a Carnival ship resulted in water damage to multiple decks. Instead, use the retractable clothesline in the bathroom or bring magnetic hooks for the walls. Trust me, it's not worth the water damage or the bill. Don't open the cabin and balcony door simultaneously, and here's one you might not expect. Opening both your balcony door and cabin door at the same time can create a wind tunnel. These drafts can slam doors shut violently, send papers flying, and even knock items over. There have been real cases where fingers were caught in doors due to sudden gusts. Always close one door before opening the other. Your hands and the ship's furnishings will thank you. Don't sit or climb on the balcony railing. Balcony railings may seem like the perfect place for a selfie or sunset view, but they are designed for safety, not lounging. Over the past decade, several incidents involving passengers falling overboard have been linked to risky behavior like climbing or leaning too far over balcony railings. The Cruise Lines International Association, CLIA, stresses that nearly all man-overboard cases are preventable and often result from passengers ignoring basic safety guidelines. Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian have all emphasized in their guest conduct policies that sitting, standing, or climbing on balcony railings is strictly prohibited. Not only can you be fined or disembarked, but in some cases other guests have been traumatized by witnessing accidents that could have been avoided. If you're traveling with children, keep balcony doors locked and use the child safety latches provided near the top of the door frame. The ocean view is beautiful, but it's best enjoyed from a safe, stable position, preferably with your feet firmly on the ground. Don't be loud in your cabin. You might think your cruise cabin is a private space, but ship walls are thinner than you think. Whether it's late-night laughter, loud music, or a movie playing on full volume, chances are your neighbors can hear it and they're not on vacation to listen to yours. Cruise ships typically operate on quiet hours between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m., though these aren't always strictly enforced. Still, being considerate goes a long way. Most guests are up early for excursions or want to relax in peace, especially on sea days. Some cruise lines, like Princess Cruises and Celebrity, even offer quiet zones or adult-only areas to encourage tranquility. You can help preserve that vibe by keeping the noise in check. Don't leave your balcony light on all night. Leaving your balcony light on seems harmless until your next-door neighbors try to fall asleep. Balcony lights spill into adjacent cabins, especially at night when ship interiors are darker. This can disrupt sleep and ruin stargazing for guests trying to enjoy the open ocean without artificial light. In some environmentally sensitive areas like parts of the Caribbean or Alaska, cruise lines have policies to reduce light pollution, which can affect nocturnal marine life. For instance, lights may need to be dimmed when sailing through protected waters. Turning off your balcony light is a simple courtesy that enhances your neighbor's cruise and protects the sea at the same time. Don't slam the door. Cabin doors on cruise ships are heavy, spring-loaded, and loud if left to close on their own. If you're returning from a late-night event or leaving early for a sunrise tour, slamming your door can wake up half the hallway. It might not seem like a big deal, but after multiple door slams, neighbors may complain to guest services, which could lead to a written warning for noise disruption. Instead, hold the handle and gently guide the door closed. It's a small gesture that earns you big points as a good cruise neighbor. Don't forget the Do Not Disturb sign. Cabin stewards work hard to keep your space clean, often visiting rooms twice a day. If you're napping, showering, or just want some privacy, hang the Do Not Disturb sign on your door. This prevents unintentional walk-ins and helps the staff manage their time more efficiently. Some newer ships, like those in Royal Caribbean's Quantum class, use electronic room-occupied buttons or indicator lights, but if you're on an older vessel, a simple sign is still your best bet. Clear communication avoids surprises and protects your downtime. Don't flush anything but toilet paper. Cruise ship plumbing is delicate. The vacuum-based systems used on board are highly efficient, but not very forgiving. Even items labeled flushable, like wipes or sanitary products, can clog the system and cause major issues. When a single passenger flushes something they shouldn't, it can affect plumbing for multiple rooms. In fact, Carnival and Royal Caribbean have both stated in policy updates that guests may be billed for any repairs caused by improper disposal. Stick to toilet paper only. Use the provided waste bin for everything else. It's a rule that protects not just your cabin, but the entire deck. Don't leave children unattended. Even if your child is sleeping or watching a movie, never leave them alone in the cabin. There have been documented cases where staff, concerned for a child's safety, entered rooms and initiated protocols for abandoned minors, leading to unnecessary panic and disruptions. Cruise ships offer amazing childcare options. Royal Caribbean's Adventure Ocean and Carnival's Camp Ocean are staffed by trained professionals and designed to give both kids and parents some space to enjoy the cruise. Take advantage of these services rather than taking a risk that could backfire, emotionally or legally. Don't forget the safe on disembarkation day. It's amazing how often passengers leave passports, wallets, or jewelry in their cabin safe. Once you leave the ship, reboarding is not usually allowed, especially during disembarkation. That means your forgotten items could be locked away for hours or even shipped back to your home, if you're lucky. Before you step out for the final time, double-check the safe. Some experienced cruisers even leave a sticky note on their suitcase as a reminder. 5 seconds of checking can save you a whole lot of panic later. Don't fish from your balcony. As strange as it sounds, there have been real incidents of guests tying fishing lines to their balcony and dropping bait into the water. Not only is this dangerous, it's also a violation of international maritime law and cruise line policy. Fishing from a cruise ship can endanger marine life, create pollution, and result in heavy fines or immediate disembarkation. Ships are not private charters. They're commercial vessels governed by strict rules. If you want to fish, book an approved shore excursion at port. Don't assume your balcony is private. Balconies might feel secluded, but they're not. Depending on the ship's design, adjacent decks or neighboring cabins may have direct or partial views into your space. Some public areas even have outward-facing windows that offer a glimpse at balcony rows below. That means what you think is private might not be. Several cruise forums are filled with funny and embarrassing stories of passengers being spotted undressed, dancing, or doing things they thought no one could see. When in doubt, close the curtain. Don't dry clothes on the balcony. It might be tempting to hang your swimsuit or towel over the balcony rail, but most cruise lines strictly prohibit it. Why? Because wind gusts at sea can blow items overboard, littering the ocean or causing safety risks if they land in sensitive areas like lifeboat tracks. It's also considered a fire hazard in some regions. Instead, use the retractable clothesline in your bathroom or bring magnetic clips to dry items on cabin walls or hangers. Your neighbors will thank you, and so will the planet. Our cruise cabin is more than just a place to sleep. It's a small piece of a floating city with its own unique rules. Following these 20 simple guidelines doesn't just keep you out of trouble. It helps your cabin steward, protects fellow guests, and ensures a smoother, more respectful vacation for everyone. So before you settle in, take a moment to understand your space. Know what's allowed, what's frowned upon, and what could cost you a fine or worse, your spot on the ship. You came on board to relax and explore, not to deal with plumbing issues, noise complaints, or an unexpected visit from guest services. If you found this guide helpful, consider sharing it with a first-time cruiser or bookmarking it for your next sailing. Let's all cruise smarter, one cabin at a time.